Let me ask a simple question. Why do billionaires exist? Not rich people, not successful people, billionaires. Those who have more wealth than you could spend in 50 lifetimes. Try to imagine the minimum amount you would need to live comfortably, raise a family, take a few holidays each year, and never have to work again. Let's optimistically say a couple million? 10 at most, yeah? That's still only 1% of a billion. There is a finite amount of food, energy, transport, and entertainment one person can consume within a typical lifespan. That is, unless these people are somehow planning to cure death or something. The point is, past a certain point, wealth stops being about security or comfort and instead becomes about control, ego, and trying to play God. Billionaires don't live in the same world as the rest of us. To them, Earth is a sandbox game, and they're running cheat codes. Why fund measures to combat climate change when you can build your own private bunker instead? Or better yet, launch yourself into space? For them, it's easier to just sidestep a problem rather than fixing it. And you can't honestly claim they earned that money. No one works 1 billion times harder than anyone else. You're not adding, you're extracting. Even if you've invented something that changes lives on a global scale, claiming sole credit for it ignores the millions of people who distributed and implemented it. A collective effort with individual recognition. But a hungry dog is an obedient dog, as they say. If everyone had enough, then most of the work would stop being done, and those reaping the benefits simply can't allow that, now can they? We know that hoarding is a diagnosable mental health issue. So, why do we only recognize it when we see a house overflowing with junk? My argument is, these people have a case of it so severe they belong in an asylum, not in charge of the planet. A mentally healthy person does not look at the world's suffering while having the power to do something about it and say, not my problem. Surely, solving world hunger or ecosystem collapse would be a worthy legacy, right? Nope. A super yacht is way cooler. This leads us to the question, are billionaires okay? The answer is either one of two things. Either something in your mind breaks once you accumulate obscene wealth, or something broken is required to obtain it in the first place. Either that, or they're infected by alien brain parasites that feed on market efficiency. Honestly, I think that's probably the most logical answer at this point. The minute you suggest that billionaires should maybe pay a little more tax though, suddenly you're punishing success, holding back innovation, or attacking freedom. Exactly whose freedom though? The guy in charge, or all the people who've got no time for anything else but work? But billionaires love cosplaying as the savior though. Donate a fraction of their wealth, or slap their name on a foundation, and then just wait for the applause. Is it really generosity though, or is it just PR? How would you feel if someone stole your car but was at least kind enough to leave the seat covers behind? That's not consideration, it's just adding insult to injury. Ultimately, every act of generosity ends up getting cancelled out 10 times over by things like lobbying, tax dodging, undermining worker protections, monopolizing industries, hollowing out public systems, and buying up as much real estate and farmland as they can get their greedy mitts on. The worst part is the propaganda that encourages us to admire them. We're told that they're visionaries, and that if we just hustle hard enough, and maybe skip the avocado toast, we might someday be just like them, as though that's something we should aspire towards. Sure, that's if Emperor Palpatine was your favourite Star Wars character, of course. Let me be clear about something here. This isn't about jealousy. I consider myself pretty well off. Not ludicrously wealthy, but luckier than most. That's enough for me though, simply being comfy. And I'm not against people spending their money on nice things either. It's just that when there's so much wealth tied up in the hands of just one person, instead of being put towards the near infinite list of other more worthy causes in this world, I start to get a little huffy. Then again, everything makes me huffy. It's what this whole channel is built on. Still, when are we going to say, this cause needs the money more than you do, is all I'm saying. Be it ecosystem repair, education, healthcare, or basic human dignity. Who'd have thought that even that would become a luxury in this day and age, am I right? So, why are billionaires a thing? Because the system rewards accumulation over contribution. Because influence is just another commodity that can be bought and sold. And because complaining about it gets you labelled a jealous loser. Here's the truth though, hoarding is an illness, both on an individual and societal level. Try to imagine how well the human body would function if it funneled 99% of its energy toward the reward centre of the brain. You'd feel great, blissfully unaware even, as the rest of your body completely shuts down and falls apart. And that's the issue here. Billionaires are so high on their own success and numbed by insulation from the public that none of these questions even occur to them. At the end of the day, what we need are systems that put human well-being before profit, along with limits on how much one person is able to control. We don't need gods, we don't need kings, and we don't need some tech bro with a messiah complex. Because
he's not the messiah, he's a very naughty boy.
As always, please like and subscribe. And remember, no one needs $1 billion, but everyone deserves a decent life. Thank you for watching.